Async Python functions can be cleanly integrated into dspy's tool system with just a few lines of code. We'll take a standard async weather function, wrap it with dspy.Tool, and demonstrate the proper way to execute it using acall, showing the exact pattern for working with asynchronous tools in dspy. The example includes the complete flow from tool creation to result retrieval.
Import asyncio. Import dspy. Async def async weather city, SDR. Get weather information asynchronously. Await asyncio, sleep 0. 1 hash simulate async API call. Return F, the weather in city is sunny. Tool equals dspy, tool async weather. Hash use acall for async tools. Result equals await tool, acall, city equals New York. Print result.
This demonstrates dspy's async tool wrapper pattern, where an existing async Python function is encapsulated as a callable tool while maintaining its original async execution characteristics. The code shows the minimal viable integration, wrapping an async function with dspy.Tool and invoking it through the tool's acall method rather than a direct function call. The key distinction is that the tool preserves the function's async nature without modification. The pattern operates through direct delegation. The dspy.Tool wrapper doesn't alter the function's behavior. It simply provides a tool-compatible interface that forwards calls to the original async function. When invoked via acall, the function executes exactly as it would normally, including any async operations like the simulated delay shown in this example. This approach enables straightforward integration of async functions into dspy's tool system. The code demonstrates that no function changes are required. You can wrap any async function and call it through the tool interface while maintaining its original async behavior. This is particularly useful when working with async APIs or I/O operations, where you need to preserve existing async logic within dspy's tool framework. Let's break it down line by line.
Import asyncio.
Imports Python's built-in asyncio library to support asynchronous operations. This enables the await syntax used in the simulated API delay and the async tool call.
Import dspy.
This imports dspy, which provides the tool class used to wrap Python functions as callable tools. The next lines will use it to create a tool from our async weather function.
Async def async weather city, SDR.
Declares an asynchronous function, async weather, that simulates fetching weather data for a given city. The async def syntax enables non-blocking execution, which we'll use later with await to prevent thread blocking during the simulated delay.
Get weather information asynchronously.
This docstring documents the function's purpose for developers and serves as metadata for dspy's tool system. It enables proper tool registration by describing what the function does when wrapped as a tool.
Await asyncio, sleep 0. 1 hash simulate async API call.
This pauses execution for 100 ms using asyncio, sleep 0. 1, simulating network latency in an async API call. The await keyword yields control back to the event loop during the delay, demonstrating non-blocking behavior.
Return F, the weather in city is sunny.
This returns a formatted string with the city name inserted. The fstring syntax dynamically generates the response, showing how the async function produces its final output.
Tool equals dspy, tool async weather.
This wraps the async weather function in dspy's tool class, enabling async execution through dspy's standardized acall interface. The wrapper preserves the original function's async behavior while adapting it to dspy's tool system.
Hash use acall for async tools. Result equals await tool. Acall, city equals New York.
This invokes the async tool using dspy's acall method, which handles the awaitable execution of the underlying async function. The method bridges the gap between synchronous tool usage and async operations, returning the completed result string. This is the direct invocation pattern for async tools when you need immediate results.
Print result.
Prints the result of the async tool call to the console. This verifies that tool, acall, successfully executed the async weather function and returned the expected formatted string. Async tool execution in dspy. This code demonstrates how to wrap an async function, async weather, with dspy, tool, and execute it using acall, where asyncio, sleep, simulates an asynchronous API delay. The await keyword is mandatory when calling acall. Omitting, it will return a coroutine object instead of the actual result. Always use acall for async tools, as the standard call method won't work without explicit async-to-sync conversion.
The context that forbids waiting becomes the fastest path